Narcissistic wife wants her affair partner inside the delivery room while she's giving birth to my child. Now, she's secretly miserable and I find that absolutely delightful. I wasn't too terribly concerned until I started reading the texts. Never wanted to know what the guy's dick looked like, but I know now. I was furious. I asked her what the F that conversation was about. She started yelling at me for looking at her phone. I told her she was acting so weird and the gym obsession was bothering me, so I just decided to look, and was ashamed that I did. But that's why I thought I'd find nothing at all. She said it's nothing. It's nothing. I wanted to know if she's been effing him. For how long? She kept saying no. I left the house because I was so furious, but not before I slammed her phone on the ground and shattered it. After that day, my wife asked me to stay home from work so we could talk. She laid in bed all day yesterday trying to get me to feel sorry for her, but I paid absolutely no attention to her and ended up leaving the house to go to my family's Super Bowl party. She kept texting me things like, "Who just leaves like that? When something like this is happening, who is that cold and callous that they just leave to go to a party?" I went back home to talk to her and she was full of tears, saying she was so sorry. According to her, she goes to the gym twice a day because she likes going there. That's where her friends are, makes her feel good, and it's fun for her. She met this guy there and he started flirting with her. She admitted that she flirted back but didn't mean anything by it. She didn't reciprocate very much at first, but he gave her butterflies and she just found herself flirting back without thinking. She said it felt like she had a crush on somebody when she was in school when she was younger. At first, it was just friendly and nothing sexual for several months, but she'd feel giddy every time she got a message from him. She was really attracted to him but told him that she was married and there could never actually be anything between them. According to her, he kept flirting with her anyway and said sure, we won't cross the line. Until they did cross the line. She said she had tried to resist it for a while, but then one day they kissed. She admitted to enjoying it but also feeling that it was wrong. She must not have felt that bad because she slept with him for the first time later that night. She described it as falling in love with somebody for the first time. All she could think about was him. He always uses a condom so she doesn't think it's his baby, but they were sleeping together at the time she got pregnant. She doesn't know if she loves him and she doesn't know if the baby is mine. The nail in the coffin is when she said, "You would really leave me if it's not your baby, would you?" I told her, of course, I was leaving her and I wouldn't raise another man's child. She seemed shocked. She said, "Really? With everything we have and all our history, you wouldn't even consider it?" I told her no, I would never consider it. Update. She announced that she's moving in with her affair partner from the gym. She's too embarrassed to go get blood drawn for a paternity test. She spent about a week trying to get my attention, to get me to talk to her, to get me to beg her to be mine. I've already met with a lawyer though. I asked her if he knew she was pregnant and wanted to know what story she'd been telling him this whole time. She said he knows and he doesn't care if it's my baby. He loves her and wants to be with her. However, she then texted me to say her AP wants to get a DNA test done, so she's going to do it. We recently had a paternity test done and it proves the baby is mine. It's been very mixed emotions for me, very up and down. After we got the news that I was the baby's father, she texted me to say she was glad I was the father and that she knew I'd be a great dad. She was texting me new baby name ideas last night. She's tried calling but I ignore the calls. This morning she asked if she could come by and get a few things. I told her it was fine, as I've been advised by my lawyer to not prevent her entry from the home, but I told her that he better not be with her. But she still showed up with him. He walks right on into the house behind her like it's no big deal. Then I told him if he didn't get out of my house I'd punch him. I got mad and asked her why she brought him along. She said he talked her into coming and she's sorry and never meant for any of this to happen, but she's in love with him now. I just walked up to him and punched him. He stumped back and fell into a table. She yelled "What the F?" and ran over to him. He deserved it and it wouldn't have happened had he just left like I told him to. Several hours later she texted me to say she was sorry about today. He meant what he said and he's a good guy and he cares about her and he respects me. Does he respect me? He was screwing my wife in the gym locker room. She said, "Fine. I'm trying to have a mature conversation about this. I can't help that we fell in love. Believe it or not, I'm not trying to hurt you and I want everything to be amicable." Months later, I told her I should be in the delivery room, not him. After everything she's done, she owes me that. It's not his baby. He has no right or reason to be there. I will not be the one waiting outside when my kid is being born. She said yeah, she agreed and she never planned to have him in there with her. I asked her if she'd told him that and she said no. I told her to tell him he'll have no part in it. Well, she told him and he didn't like that and he started trying to convince her why he should be there. The next thing I know she's telling me that he wants to be there and she's the one giving birth so she should be able to say who she wants there and she wants him there. I suppose he'll start making name suggestions soon and we'll try to overrule names we've picked out for our future kids for years. We've talked a little bit and she told me I can have our house and the dog in our divorce. She told her family that we've split up and that she's with this other guy now. Her sister reached out to me to say how sorry she was. Her sister is a dumbass, that sort of thing. She told me that my wife was complaining about her AP. She said that the intimacy is over when he's done and apparently he's selfish with intimacy. He doesn't do extra little things for her that she's used to me doing, like clearing the snow off her car in the morning and heating it up or offering to make her food after a long day. He doesn't speak her love language and he hangs out with his friends too much. This made me so happy to hear. She's secretly miserable and I find that absolutely delightful.